Tesla has revealed the first design for Terafab, and Elon Musk says the Texas facility will be the largest and most valuable building on Earth, a sci-fi city-looking campus expected to create more than 3,000 jobs in Texas. Envisioned as the solution to the one bottleneck standing between Tesla and the AI future Musk keeps describing. Musk has repeatedly said Optimus and CyberCab will become Tesla's biggest products ever, eventually more ubiquitous than smartphones, and that maturing them fully could push Tesla's market capitalization into the tens of trillions of dollars. But both products are currently limited by the same thing: not enough AI chips to scale into mass production. To fix that, Musk is reportedly prepared to spend $122 billion building a 100 million square foot chip fab, roughly 10 times the footprint of Gigafactory Texas, which is itself around 10 million square feet and already one of the largest buildings on Earth by floor area. A Terafab campus that size would cover roughly 1,300 FIFA soccer fields laid side by side, an area comparable to entire central districts of major cities. The stated goal is production capacity exceeding TSMC, Intel, or any other chip maker in the world, with Tesla, SpaceX, XAI, and Intel all involved in bringing it to life. Musk has framed the ambition as manufacturing capacity approaching 50 times the world's current semiconductor output, an extraordinary claim worth treating as a stated target rather than a confirmed outcome, given the facility hasn't broken ground on actual production yet. What's structurally different about Terafab isn't just scale, though. It's designed so logic chips, high bandwidth memory, and advanced packaging all move seamlessly through one fully integrated site instead of being shipped between countries for separate stages of production, which is how most chip manufacturing works today. The project already has real paperwork behind it. Construction permits have been filed in Grimes County, Texas, and SpaceX recently paid the county $10 million ahead of schedule under Terafab's tax agreement, part of a deal exchanging a full property tax abatement for $20 million in annual payments over 35 years. Musk has stated Terafab is targeted to eventually deliver around 1 terawatt of AI computing capacity per year, producing between 100 billion and 200 billion custom AI chips annually. Figures that are, again, targets tied to a facility still under development, not current output. Intel's involvement, confirmed in April, underscores how different this challenge is from anything Tesla has built before. Running a car company, however well, is not the same skill set as running a leading-edge semiconductor fab, and Musk seems to recognize that gap directly. Tesla brought in Gary Jang, a 17-year Intel manufacturing veteran who previously oversaw Intel's 18A process operations, as Terafab's first officially named director, a hire that suggests Tesla is trying to import real fab expertise rather than assume its manufacturing instincts from EVs and batteries will transfer directly to chips. If that partnership holds, Terafab could eventually get access to Intel's next-generation 14A process, one of the more advanced manufacturing nodes currently in development industry-wide, which would give the project a credible technical foundation beyond just capital and ambition. The underlying pressure comes from how much compute Musk's companies actually need right now. Reports suggest Musk is now spending at least 60 hours a week focused on just 2 programs, Optimus and Robotaxi, and by his own account, neither one is bottlenecked by engineering anymore. The constraint is simply chip supply, with Tesla's suppliers still unable to produce the volume needed to keep either project moving at full speed. Every Tesla already runs autopilot and full self-driving by processing live camera feeds every second through onboard chips that recognize cars, pedestrians, traffic lights, and lane markings, all handled by Tesla's AI-5 chip, the same processor unveiled alongside the Terafab announcement. That computing power is already showing up on public roads, with CyberCab robotaxis quietly operating across parts of the U.S., and Musk has said he expects large, fully autonomous fleets rolled out before year-end. Optimus poses an even bigger compute problem than either of those, since a humanoid robot has to interpret an unpredictable environment, hold balance, coordinate dozens of joints simultaneously, interact naturally with people, and make thousands of real-time decisions per second, rather than simply following a road. SpaceX and XAI factor in too, and less obviously than it might seem. Beyond rockets, SpaceX runs Starlink, and Musk has described an ambition to evolve it from a satellite internet service into an orbital AI compute layer, effectively running AI reasoning directly in space, which would require a new class of radiation and vacuum-hardened chip distinct from anything used on Earth. Musk has claimed the current global supply of AI chips could meet only around 2% of what Tesla and SpaceX could eventually demand. A striking number, though again one that should be read as Musk's own estimate of future need rather than a verified industry figure. For scale, Musk has pointed to Terafab's 1 terawatt target as roughly double the average output of the entire U.S. power grid, and at a typical AI chip draw of around 250 watts, hitting that target would mean manufacturing close to 4 billion chips a year. Arithmetic based on Musk's stated goal, not a confirmed production plan. Two distinct chip families sit at the center of the roadmap Musk laid out at the Terafab event. AI-5, the generation already powering FSD, is expected to begin ramping in 2026 with full production in 2027, followed by AI-6 and AI-7 in relatively quick succession. Separately, a chip lineup called D3 is being developed specifically for Starlink's space environment, engineered around radiation resistance and extreme temperature swings rather than the real-time adaptability AI-5 targets. Two different engineering philosophies for two very different jobs, one built for split-second decisions on Earth, the other built to just keep working in orbit. Musk has said Terafab could start around 100,000 wafers a month and eventually scale toward 1 million wafers monthly, a figure that at full capacity would put it near roughly 70% of TSMC's current output. Not another fab, but potentially enough to shift the global balance of chip production if it's actually achieved. That's a significant if, though. Tesla has never operated a semiconductor fab, and leading-edge manufacturing involves ultra-clean facilities, EUV lithography tools, costing hundreds of millions each, and yield tolerances where a defect smaller than a speck of dust can ruin an entire wafer batch. Tesla's earlier battery push with Panasonic, which eventually produced its own 4680 cell, shows the company can absorb outside manufacturing expertise and scale aggressively. But semiconductors are a meaningfully harder problem than batteries, which is exactly why Terafab is shaping up as one of the largest and riskiest bets Musk has made. We'll be tracking construction and chip milestones as they land. Subscribe to the Tesla Breakdown if you want that update first.